first, just to understand, you currently remain in the custody of the UP police?
Well, yesterday when they took me into custody, they told me that they were taking me into custody under Section 151, which is cognizance of the fact that I was going to commit a crime in the future. So that's all I've been told verbally, and since then I've been in their custody. Yes.
So right now, as you speak to us, where are you?
I frankly am not. I don't really know where I am, but I think I'm in the PAC at Sitapur.
Okay, this is the provincial armed constabulary.
I'm in some sort of rest house in the PAC in Sitapur.
I see. So, to your understanding, Priyanka Gandhi, are you under arrest? Is that what they've told you?
They've told me that yesterday I told them that they cannot just push and shove me and beat people who are with me and forcibly put me into a car and take me somewhere. I told them that amounts to kidnapping. So they have to show me why, under what law, what order are they arresting me? Because there were just 5 of us, or 4 of us, so we weren't even breaking the Section 144. So at that point they said, we are placing you under arrest under Section 151. But so far they've not showed me any paperwork for it. It's just verbal.
Okay. Priyanka, take us back to the build-up to this, because we've all been seeing those very dramatic visuals when you were setting off, going towards Lakhimpur Kheri, and then you got into quite a strong altercation with the UP police.
Well, to begin with, I was leaving the house in Lucknow to go to the PCC office in Lucknow to have a press conference. I mean, we thought I'll go and talk to the press there. When I left the house, they didn't allow the car out of the house. So there was a bunch of policemen and women standing around the car, basically not allowing it to move. So again, I got out of the car and said, what is this? So the officers didn't come in front. They just had these young women, police women in front, and they did not, again, tell me anything. They did not tell me I'm under house arrest, that I'm not allowed to move, but they were forcing us to reverse the car and go back. At which point I decided that to walk for a bit, and then got into somebody's car and decided that I'll go to Lakhimpur because I realized that they're not going to let me go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And at that point, what happened? Because we can hear you saying that...
what you're seeing is much, much later. What you're seeing is at around 4 in the morning. Right. I actually left at around 11:30 and then drove off in somebody's car with a couple of my colleagues. They followed us, tried to stop us at several toll points, etc., and we got through all of them. At some point, they lost us, so they were no longer following us. So we drove off and through the village road towards Lakhimpur, and then at the entry point between Sitapur and Lakhimpur, there was a lot of them with jeeps and all, and that's the point at about 4 or 5 in the morning, which you are seeing on that video, which is that they then surrounded the car and said, you can't move. So I said, well, you can't stop me because you have to tell me why. You have to give me a legal basis, which they obviously didn't have. Then they started shoving us and pushing us, and about 8 or 10 women surrounded me in a ring, and another bunch of 10 or 20 policemen with some of their officers surrounded them, and they started pushing and shoving Dipinder. I think you would have seen that. They tried to beat my colleagues and they picked up one of my colleagues and tried to shove him into a jeep forcibly. I went there and stopped them. And then I argued with them, which is, I think, a part of which is what you see on that video.